ってきたメビウスニューヒーローウルトラマンメビウスとウルトラ兄弟の夢の共演地球を狙う宇宙人軍団メビウス最大のピンチに立ち上がれ永遠の勇者たち
これは本当の最後の戦いだ
ウルトラマン40
Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your agent of Ultra Action, and the host of Zenorama, the podcast of Heroes and Monsters. Today we are going to be talking about the, what year was this? 2007-ish? 2006, September 16, 2006. Ultraman Tsuburaya Productions Ultraman movie, Ultraman Mebius and the Ultra Brothers. Good. I don't want to call it Ultraman Mebius and Ultraman Brothers. That's just the dumbest title. But I had the good fortune, we'll find out, to see this in the theater. Before we do that, do all the things, please. Like, share, subscribe, etc. and so on. And now, if you're ready, get that beta capsule or your Ultra Eye, and let's get on with the show. Shoowat! So we begin here with this title card. It's not really a title card. It was released September 16, 2006, of course, 40th anniversary. And it's kind of non-canonical. Canonical? You know what I mean. It grossed $3.6 million. It stars everyone we know, but the most of the guys cast is relegated to very supporting roles. I want to say it was released by Shochiku, which was the partner of Tsuburaya at the time, probably still are. We start out with a bang. The four Ultra brothers there are fighting the Ultra U-Killersaurus, controlled by the Yapul, the new big bad, as we saw in the Ultraman Mebius series. This really doesn't fit anywhere into the series, though you can, I want to say in the 30s maybe, but best to just ignore it because the movie contradicts several things that then happen in the series. So there they are, looking great. We've got an A-type mask for the original Ultraman, but everyone else looks the same. I don't know why they went with that A-type. I do not. It's not my favorite. Lots of zappy zaps. They missed their shots. Yapul is Yapul. The effects are great here. The effects are great throughout the movie for the most part. No question. And the Ultras look wonderful. And there he is. Final cross shield. So that'll drain all their energy. They're going to spend the rest of their lives living as humans on the Earth. But they trapped the Yapul right there in the water. That was 20 years ago. So say 76, right after Taro. So interestingly. This is what I know about them. So 6 months into his being a member of Guys, that's Mirai talking about it. Ultraman Mebius and Ultraman Brothers. That's just the clunkiest of titles. And look who's there. So we already know there's Seiji Hokuto with his Ultraman Ace there, and he's a chef, which is a running thing. Hideki Go as a race car driver. I'm not exactly sure what Dan Moroboshi's doing, but he likes to ride horses. And of course, there is Shin Hayata, or just Hayata, as we always called him. Mirai lands. And look, this is about, they all tell him that he's in Kobe. So they want him to do stuff. And Aya Jinguji, who I'm certain she was named after a certain admiral of a undersea battleship, Kaitei Gunkan, if you want to go, the Goten Go, or Atragan. Anyway, that's Sakochi. So I think she shows up later on in the series now, and forgive me. It's been we've been through square pegs. Is that it? It's only been those 5 episodes. Good Lord. Abnormal data. And there is the little dink, Takato Jinguji, the little brother who hates the Ultras because they didn't do what he wanted him to. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And if you didn't think I'd see dolphins and think that, well, I do need to review that British television series. We haven't done any British television series. I feel something. Uh-oh, an ultra sign. Sophie is telling him something's coming on. She likes him though, which I do think she shows up again. But uh-oh, what is this? It's an invisible spaceship, and there is my buddy Zarab, who is not as big a dink as he is in the Ultra Galaxy, whatever it's called. And let me get up here because I think that's Alien Guts, and that's Knuckle, and there is the Temperor Sajin, who they're all combating the Allied force. There's the new puppy, but see, he's a big Ultraman fan. All of the six originals. They don't have Leo and 80. They get shafted again, but we did see them. And unfortunately, this one here kills him, kills the dog. So he wants to be a member of Guys, but he's afraid of it. Alien Temperor, who's much more impressive here than he was in Ultraman. I think Taro. Zappy Zaps. Yep. And big fight shows up. They're all watching. Oh, crap. He did not. He's just a boaster. He's blown up. So there's the captain. Mirai. Yep. We've been through this tons of times. And then Hayata shows up to introduce himself. Now, Mirai doesn't know him right. Well, he knows him right away, but they call him Hayata. And then we see the rest of them, Jack, Ace, and Seven. And Jack, Ace, Seven, yes. Sophie and Taro. Now, interestingly enough, Taro's human form is never shown. I've still not figured out what's wrong. What happened there, my guess is he was just unavailable. I don't know that if he's passed away, but or he didn't want to do it. I should have asked August at some point, but I didn't. Yeah. Never give up. Blah, blah, blah. They know something's going on. There's Zarab. So Mirai tries to talk to little Takato. He's like, I'll give him a sign. You need to be alert at all times. Well, there he is, because he can take, and you can always tell when he's evil. He's got black on him. I mean, their eyes get marked up, and even but people just look at external, the basics, right? Mirai's been drugged or something. Fake Mebius is blowing it up. See, we get the crew, but they're just like these little cameos throughout the entire thing. I like his little pointed booties, which Ultraman had as well in his Type A costume. But at least the captain knows. So, great shot here. Again, another Mebius. And at least they did an original fight scene, unlike Shin Ultraman, which just pretty much copied the exact same fight scene from the Ultraman, Brother from Another Planet episode. They're all watching. He zaps him, and they're like, oh, he's using all his energy. But he beats the snot out of Zarab and blows him up. Yeah, falling right into the trap. So now 2 are gone, 2 are left. So Takato is happy, but Guts shows up and does his 3-prong attack, and they encase him. I mean, again, none of this is blazingly original. If you've watched the Ultraman story, and I'll link it, you've seen it. They create a barrier, and Mebius is out of energy. People of Earth. And with that, we pause for station identification. You are watching Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Xenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. So the brothers decide to join, to become Ultras again, and it will be their last battle. I did see this up in Hollywood on with this and maybe the werewolf. No, the werewolf was with the black scorpion. Saw it on the big screen. I saw this on the big screen later on with my sweet summer child friend who left in the middle of it, which annoyed me because I wouldn't have done that to his dumb movie. And he made me sit through the day it came to Earth. Be that as it may, it was great to see it. It used this, these are better subtitles than the one because the Hong Kong DVD had come out, and that's what they projected onto the screen because I had seen it first. So this is a better movie. I don't know that I'd say it was better than the Ultraman story, but it's certainly better than the 6 Ultra Brothers versus the Monster Army, which I'm dreading on reviewing that. Anyway, everyone transformed. Henshin. Well, they didn't call it that back then. That didn't happen until Jack showed up. Now the crowd is there. They have a fight. They get zapped, but there's an ultra kick, and their energy runs out immediately, and they're in this gray outfit, background, which lets them kind of hide the CGI, which is for the most part pretty well done, but they use models and they use the CGI models and then people, and the villains never seem to run out of energy, which I think is unfortunate. And Mebius disintegrates back into Mirai. Well, and they free. This is right out of episode Ultraman Ace 14 and 15, where they steal the Ultra Brothers' energy to release the Yapul here, and Takado saves the dog, and then he sees him sacrificing. He's like, all right, never give up. And he returns fully powered. But look, he's blue, achieve the impossible. So he repowers, and then we see some flashbacks here. With Red King. Oops. Shrinkify and Biggin. Come on, go next. Ultraman, or Dan and Anne. Jeez. The final episode's there. Hideki going through his training. Gorgeous fights. And these two sacrificing their lives to save a dog and a boy, I think. But we don't see his partner there. In this movie, spoiler alert, it's coming up, Zappy. Everyone freeze them, and Yapul has revived the super monster. Yep, there's the Killer-saurus, who immediately just wipes out alien guts. String puppets being used by you. And this is a giant CGI monstrosity, and unfortunately for the next several movies and shows, it's like they had to make it look it's like they're 6 feet tall. It's just unfortunate there. And I didn't care for this at all. They did this in the Ultraman story with Grand King. So Sophie and Taro show up again, just in their ultra forms. Everyone gets their power back, full power. And now look at the size of this thing. It looks ridiculous, and it's just too impersonal. I don't care. The design's neat enough, but and they've got Aya there. That's what her name was, right? I've forgotten. Aya there. So holding her hostage right in the middle of that red jewel. But that's a great shot. They zap him with all their power, and he absorbs it. He becomes Ultraman Great Mebius, or Mebius Great, or I don't know what. He hasn't been able to turn into the Phoenix Ultraman yet in his show. So it's before that. A new Ultraman. He rescues Aya. The monster disintegrates. The shields disappeared. Everyone's happy. We never see him in this outfit again, as far as I recollect. Now, I could be wrong. Not in the next movie. Gives him the sign. That's just another lovely shot. And bye. See you later. And she's put this together. And he's wearing his little his guy's outfit. Promise. Off they fly. The Ultra Brothers, who are now confined to Earth forever. Right. So again, this movie is not canon in the Ultraverse, even in Mebius. I do like that shot a lot. Sophie and Taro leaving, and they fly into the sunset. And remember, the sun never sets on those who fly toward it. You just got to keep going. Then the credits roll, and look at all this. These are all the actors and actresses of this previous series, minus Taro, I would assume, and all the Ultras to stay behind them. I mean, I think they've even got they have the English Ultramans. There's 80, 90. They've got Nice back there, and what's his name? But I don't think I see the English Ultras at this point in time. That would happen in a little bit. Anyway, believe in the light of Ultraman. That's not an old jungle saying, but it's a good thing to remember.
I turned that key and dropped this rock a little early, and it's still billions dead. Even you can't stop that.
I am Thor, son of Odin, and as long as there is life in my breast, I am running out of things to say. Are you ready?
It's terribly well balanced.
Well, if there's too much weight, you lose power on the swing.
I will regale you with the story here at the end. So if you've watched this far, you'll hear this. An annoying thing was happening during the viewing, that screening of the Ultraman Mebius movie there. There was some guy who was determined. He had brought in, I don't know, 4 or 5 friends with him. And I looked back once just to see if I could tell who it was. And I'm kind of sure I knew who it was, but he was a fan of a certain TV show that talks through movies, which is one of the most annoying things. But he was determined that everything in the movie was funny. You know, the costumes or the Ultras doing something, the little boy crying about his dog, everything he tried to force a laugh with and get his friends to laugh along with him and say things. He kind of quieted down a little bit toward the end, by the end, because nobody was laughing with him. I mean, the theater was not full. There were probably, if there were 50 people there, I'd be surprised. But, I made mention of it once on I think it was the old Monster Zero fan board, and saying that this idiot was trying to make it a funny movie because of the bad special effects. I still don't know 100% who it was, but I have my suspicions, and anymore it doesn't matter. I mean, he did not succeed in his attempt to try to make people laugh with him, because nobody did, not even his friends. Be that as it may, I told you that. So tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do. This may or may not be a clue, albeit a very indirect clue. Oh, and I completely forgot to turn the music on, so we'll just do that just as well. So until that next assignment, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And remember, the light of Ultraman is there for all of you. Be seeing you.
I'm grateful to all of you for rescuing me. But who are you?
We are known as the Mighty Avengers. I am Thor, god of thunder.
My name is Iron Man. My armor is bulletproof. My repulsor rays will stop almost anything.